All right, man. Let's talk, man. So apparently, Ron Hollins has been running around with Cade Cunningham, new car. Mother car went down. Yeah, dog done, down, dead. Car went down. So yeah, it's fantastic, but I'm alive, right? So so Isaiah Stewart, not Isaiah Stewart. I'm gonna do another video on that one, but Ron Hollins has been with Cade this summer a lot. Reportedly, we seen them working out. We seen them working out a couple this week and last week. Ron working on his mid-range jumper with Cade, and they both from Texas. I think Cade is from Arlington, and Ron is from Dallas. I don't know what part of Dallas Ron is from. And honestly, at this point, if you ain't gonna really recruit players as actively as people want you to recruit players, in my opinion, I think I think the vibe gotta be, you gotta take these guys under your wing. Y'all can't work out as individuals, especially one of the young guys. You take him under your wing, you help him improve where he needs to improve. And, he's probably trusting that Asar Thompson is probably gonna do his thing, and he's probably gonna get significantly better. And then he's probably also trusting that Jalen Duran is gonna get better. They was at Jalen Duran Day. I think he's from Delaware or something like that. But yeah, this is what he got to do. You got to, whatever you doing, you should be passing it down to him. And I also think the other brother from Texas too, Dennis Jenkins, and he had a hell of a jump. I forget his trainer name. His trainer has done a significant improvement with more than one NBA player outside of Dennis Jenkins. And I seen Ryan working with him. And for Ryan, it's one more year until you about to get that chili. And if Ryan can step up, and if Ron and Asar can step up, they the best team out east, in my opinion. It ain't even close. If Ron can start, prioritizing, the mid-range jumper and knock down the open 3-point shot, and same thing for Asar Thompson, they have the best team in the league. Because therefore, Ron is gonna take over that 4 spot. Thompson gonna hold down the 3, and then whoever they put next at the 2 to K, this is a debate whether it should be Jenkins, Robinson, or Isaiah Joe. And then I assume that Jalen Duran will be here. I'm like, you got a hell of a starting lineup if they just hit a jump shot. They 2 of the best defensive players in the league, and it's good that Cade is trying to really get him the little ins and outs. Sometimes, you work out with a personal trainer, but then, when you work out with a guy that's naturally talented, that could be difficult to translate. But also then when you work out with a guy that kind of made that jump in the league, fought through some injuries, he can really show, Ron the little intricate parts. And that's why you got Ron showing Ron the importance of the mid-range jumper. We all know Ron can dribble the rock, get and finish at the rim with the best of them, below the rim and above the rim. But now if you're able to add that mid-range jumper to your game, and now, I see him working out with Jenkins' trainer, and that he made a significant jump, like I said, in several NBA players, not just named Dennis Jenkins. I think for the most part, man, everybody looking at Asar, him and his brother, they getting big, they getting strong. Pretty sure we seen the little jumper, out there versus Cameron Boozer, Carlos Boozer's son, and you hoping that can translate until the next season. But Ron Hollins looking like he putting together the summer. I kind of see him in the open runs, getting buckets and all that type of stuff, and finishing up under the rim. I think he really need to focus on pretty much, that mid-range jumper and working on that jumper. But he's a hell of a finisher, his speed and his ability to get up and down the floor. And now if Cade can really, show him and teach him, the rest of the game, and you working with, Dennis Jenkins, and you can run from them, that's the best thing you can do. The best thing is self-improvement. You got 2 elite defenders, 2 of the best defenders in the league, Ron Hollins and Asar Thompson. People just don't know about Ryan yet. And if they can just offensively get it together, and you give them a couple years, you're like, all right, man, let me show you myself. If you Cade Cunningham, let me show you myself how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you how to do this. And now taking them under your ring, and because really he need the help. Cade Cunningham need the help from his guards, man, from his guys inside that team. So yeah, Ryan may be poised for a big turnaround this year and a breakout year. You're 2 years away from a payday. You know, whatever you was doing before, you know, now, you know, you go work with Janice Jenkins. Now you go work with Cade Cunningham, and you got to be cautious of watching dudes, you know, put out highlight films. And a lot of these dudes, you know, we see the little parody jokes on the internet where these guys act like they running and getting motivated and cut the camera off. We're going to McDonald's or some shit. So one thing you notice is that, you know, I talk about this all the time, the feminization of the American or westernized man or male, is that they do a lot of things that women do. If you ever go to like a Piston game or a Lions game, yeah, women go there to, like, let me break it down to you real quick. Probably about 10, I say about, maybe I'd be nice to say 10% of women come there to enjoy the actual game. You know what I'm saying? I would say 40% of, okay, I say, all right, the next percentage, okay, I want to say this one. So I say 10% come there probably just to enjoy the game. I would say, out of all the places this B want to be is right in the car with me. All right, go. Yeah, get up out of here. Yeah. Come on. Now you want to start struggling, climbing up the window. But then I would say, like, most of the women, I would say 50, I would be nice to say 50, the other 50%, half the pie come there just for the look of it. But I'm gonna come back to that, just for the aesthetics. And then I would say the other 40% come looking for a man. But if some of them can intertwine, if you kind of feel what I'm saying. But most women just come for how they, you know, for the aesthetic, to take pictures and all that type of stuff. That's what it is. That's what most women come for. They come to take the pictures. That's it. Not a lot of these dudes, you know, they training online and all that stuff because for how it looked, to have people get people excited. It look good that I'm training. It look good that I'm getting a jump shot up. It look good. It look good. It look good. It's not that it's credible. You know what I'm saying? It just look good. They do it for the aesthetic. So, I mean, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description, find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram. Shout out to Trey Piston Talk playlist. Peace.